What do you do when you wake up in the morning and your reality has been completely turned upside down? Hi, my name is Gary King, author of The Happiness Formula. I've spent the last 25 years traveling all over the world, speaking in every imaginable place, working with teenagers and adults, entrepreneurs, leaders. I've spoken in schools in third world countries, in maximum security prisons, all to help people understand and navigate through their life in a way where they rise above any situation. Where did I get the knowledge to do that? I have what's called complex PTSD, post-traumatic shock or stress disorder. Why is it called complex PTSD? I developed it when I was a child, a very young child, and it was compounded through my whole entire lifetime. And so what I had to learn to do was live by the hour. That's how I lived my life, by the hour. So I learned how to cope with all the triggers that trigger the PTSD. Now imagine in the world today, how many people now have PTSD that did not have it before because of the shock of waking up to not just the health risk, the tremendous health risk, but the emotional risk and the financial risk, and nothing is the same. Everything has changed. So I learned how to do that through my PTSD. PTSD in and of itself is a nightmare, but currently it helps me, and it allows me to help other people as well. So I'm going to do a series of videos on coping with stress, coping with depression, rising above what's called separation anxiety, looking at the 5 steps of grief and loss, and how to navigate through grief and loss in a way where it doesn't overwhelm you. I mean, right now, the challenges are monumental. Is there a way to change those challenges and cope with them all? Absolutely. I've been doing it for years. I know exactly how to do it. I know exactly how to teach it. You know, over the last 10 years of doing presentations, I've shared with audiences that we're moving into a time where there will be more changes in a 20-year period than there has been in the last 2,000 years. You know, when I look out into the world, I see something completely different. In the 80s, I had what's called a near-death experience. I was 30 seconds from dying. Well, when you go through an experience like that, your life is never the same. So when I look out into the world, I look with a different set of eyes, in a different heart, and a different mind. Everything looks different to me after that near-death experience. And I gained a lot of wisdom in that near-death experience. You know, I recently, I do a lot of presentations. I work with a lot of teens and a lot of adults. And I was just recently speaking at a Rotary Club. And I shared something with the group that I've shared for the last 10 years all over the world. And I use a lemon. It's a common ordinary lemon. And the reason I share this using the lemon is to show you how powerful what you watch every day or listen to every day, how powerful that is, and how it affects your life in ways you would never imagine. So I use this lemon, and I can put an audience of 300 in a complete trance in 1 minute to a minute and a half using a lemon. All I have to do is get the audience to focus on the lemon, talking about the lemon, and get them just thinking about the lemon so intensely that when I get done with 60 seconds or 90 seconds of content about the lemon and how perfect it is, I can then say to the audience, if I squeeze the lemon really, really, really hard, 30 weight motor oil will come out of it. And then whatever I say after that will stick in their subconscious mind. Now, I use that demonstration because what I say after the 30-weight motor oil is something to really increase their self-worth in a way that they wouldn't even realize consciously. So the reason I use the demonstration with the lemon is to show people how powerful what they take in every day. And right now it's really, really important because every day there's more and more and more information to do what I call induce paranoia and induce fear. So you have to be able to take and look at reality and then separate it from information that is not healthy. It's not emotionally healthy, it's not physically healthy. Your physical body takes a lot of information emotionally, and it affects your physical body. I know that for a fact. That's what led me to have a near-death experience. And I'm going to share with you over time, over this set of videos, how important it is to manage all these things in a way where you can actually become happy without what goes on in the external world. I've learned how to do it. I teach it to people all the time. So what I'd like to do is encourage you to message me questions on Facebook. This will be posted on Facebook. It'll be posted on YouTube. I'd like you to message me questions. I would like to ask you one thing though. Please do not ask me questions about political situations because I will not go there. And I'm not going to add to the already out of control divisiveness. I don't do that. That's not my goal in life. My goal is to teach people how to be healthy and happy. And I know exactly how to do that. The other thing I'd like to ask you is, I'd like to know from you if all this ended next week, what would you change? If all of this ended, all of the crisis, all of the health crisis, all of it ended as a result of what you've gone through, what would you change? What would you do differently than you've been doing for the last year, 5 years, 10 years? What would you do? So that's really important. The other thing about this is I've read 2,200 books, all nonfiction. One of the most powerful books I ever read was by Viktor Frankl. The book's called Man's Search for Meaning. Viktor Frankl was one of the only ones to escape the Holocaust, which is why he wrote the book. And in the book, he will tell you how he did that in a situation where not alone all of his freedoms were taken away and all the deprivation he went through, which is what the world is going through right now, deprivation, how he managed to get on the other side of that. And what he did was he focused on where he wanted to be, not where he was. And he never lost that thought process. You know, many years ago, there was a video called The Secret. And I actually know the secret behind the secret. I did presentations about that in London. The secret behind the secret. Now, the secret was all about the law of attraction. Well, the law of attraction right now plays an enormous part in your life. Where most people are right now, they're in overwhelm because of the media. And it's constant. It's social media. It's everywhere. It's on the television. It's on the radio. It's on your computer. It's every place. Can you still make things happen that benefit you? Absolutely. I do it every day. I have a series of things that I do that I've discovered that changes everything. And I'm going to share all of those things with you. So this was just an introductory video to a series that I'm going to do. Some of the videos will be done from a park. Some of them will be done on the waterfront. And every one of these videos will be designed to make you grow emotionally and spiritually to a place where you can cope with anything. I learned through my near-death experience. I don't look at life the same way. I learned through the PTSD to navigate through any kind of situation. And I can teach you and show you exactly how to do that, and to make your life something that you wouldn't think possible under the current situation. And of course, in early November, and I'll explain that to you too, I started an experiment in St. Petersburg, Florida. I started an experiment the first week in November. The experiment is still going on right now. The effects of the experiment are overwhelming. The amount of comments and feedback from the experiment, overwhelming. So I'll share that with you as well. So I'm going to wish you well, stay safe, stay well, and I will show you how to live your life in a way that will enhance your life, your family's life, and everybody around you. So for now, aloha for now, and I will talk to you soon on the next video. And I want you to keep in mind something. I want to help you keep your internal light burning, the light in your heart and your soul and your mind. I want to help you keep it turned on really bright. So for now, take care from Treasure Island, Florida. I will talk to you soon.